So I found myself coming back from a trip to Mount Shasta, life-changing trip, and I got home and I had this sense that I had outgrown something. And I found myself wondering, what's the next step? When waking life has turned into a tourist trap, when your house is filled with plastic wrap, plastic crap, and even the stairway to heaven seems lined with this gold-covered, high-fructose polystyrene banister. How much does our salvation cost, and what's the price tag on our distraction, and what's the hashtag of our demise? So I have found if you despise the enterprise, you'll be left oiling fries for eternity. Yet what I yearn to see is a shift in perception, a change of direction from peering out from behind movie collections to using discretion when choosing at the next election. Or, in perfection, beginning to reclaim some of this spiritual power, instead of doling it up half hour by half hour from the comfort of a lazy boy locked in the recline position. And as the missus salts butter in the kitchen and I swallow my prescription for higher blood pressure, I understand that honesty here is just too kind of a gesture. I'm sure there's a legal team somewhere that would rip me to shreds should I dare insinuate cancer's cure is just get out of bed and stop shoving factory food through our gullets. There's this thing called mastication, and although I know it sounds a bit like masturbation, if we could pull our hands from our inseam, I'm talking appreciation for more than the TV station that shows the most titty. Such as, who dimmed the stars in this city? When did the committee on painting the night fluorescent orange sit in? Did they all maniacally grin and say, let's begin, to our endless chagrin? Or was it simply overlooked? Were we really just overtook by this imported importance of being afraid of the darkness? Yet you can't know light unless you first know dark. And that being said, let my voice be the spark of recollection. I'll remind you of your present perfection until you get the hint. Because I see behind the glint in your eye. You don't buy into the lies out of sheer power of your will. I mean, we're all simply caught up in the thrill of losing a $1 bill to test our skill at a game of Street Fighter. Let that spark hit the lighter as we engulf you in flame. Show me your face before you ever had a name. Before the conditioning began to take place, before your parents ever conceived their embrace, what was your game in the space between the space? And for that matter, point to the rat race. Which part of your luminous soul will serve the task of serving an economy that no longer serves you? I mean, I'm not trying to unnerve you here, but we're all going to die. The sooner we can come to terms with this, the sooner we can stop just getting by and start demanding a living. After all, it's yours for the giving. So what do you demand? Is it really the bands of white hands bomb the shit out of brown people? And where do we get that? In the good book under the steeple? In the signatures below, all men are created equal? Drop what's not yours, man. Nature abhors a redundancy. You don't believe me? Come and see. You show me the duplicate snowflake. You show me the pattern that the wind will make as it dances in the street. And what of your feet? Do they follow another's print stuck in the mud? Do you chew the same cut that you did last week? Spit these electronic opinions from your mouth and move on. Maybe get your groove on. Maybe even do this thing together. You see, we're birds of a feather, and that's whether you want to weather the weather or not. You've got skills that I haven't got. Unity really only comes through community. But community only comes through individuality, and I mean, that's not me clinging to a duality. It's more of a formality. It's a way to point to a reality that's best expressed by saying what beats in your chest moves the rest of the galaxy. In fact, the universe. So before they steal your flesh for a hearse, rid yourself of the curse of dying alongside it. I mean, you're the ocean. Find a wave and ride it.
That was powerful.
That's it.
Yes.